Hi, and welcome to Two Tired Teachers.
Today, well, we've been traveling together for this is our fourth summer.
Fourth year, yeah.
And we've learned a little something about the give and take of traveling, RV travel, and traveling together in small spaces. And so we're both still alive to tell about it.
And so we just want to share
some of those lessons that we've learned about how to get along with the other one. She's my sister and I love her. But seriously, when we get to a campsite ready to unhook from the truck, plug into the electric, how hard is it to screw on a water hose? Seriously. You know what her part? Not putting down the stabilizing jacks and everything. You know what her part is? When she finishes her chapter, she pushes the button that lets the slide out. They're the good boy, the good girl. You know, it's a good thing she's a cat person. If she had dogs, they would explode before she ever thought about taking them outside. Good.
My gosh, those dogs are bound to walk 150 miles a day. Abby used to be fat. Every time any work has to be done, she has to walk the dogs. Time to do the dishes. Just a minute, I gotta walk the dogs. Time.
I was reorganizing the things in the basement the other day. I promise you, I thought she was going to ask me, what's this giant hose for? I don't think she knows why we make that extra little stop on our way out of the park. Where does she think all that stuff goes? I mean, it's nice having all the comforts of home and everything, but there's some work that goes along with it. And some of it's not as pleasant as others.
What is her fascination with the dump station? Even in parks we're not staying in. Let me run my dump station. I'm worried. Should I be? Is there counseling for that?
I kid you not. When we're getting ready to leave a campsite, she does not want me to turn the air off in the RV until the truck is cooled down. What's she doing in there all that time?
When we're getting ready to leave a park, she comes out here and sits under a tree, I guess. I don't know. I'm trying to stow stuff. I'm doing dishes. She's out here partying with the dogs. She's probably walking the dogs. I don't know.
Granted, she does most of the cooking. But seriously, putting a piece of lunch meat between two slices of bread, that's not exactly a gourmet 5-star meal. But I have to act like it is or else she gets her feelings hurt.
I don't know what it is with her. I cook every meal. We have a wide variety. It is cooked, home-cooked meals. And she's always either playing games on that computer or walking the dogs when it's time to cook. I worry about her living by herself. I don't know how she ever eats anything.
If any of you know of books that have real short chapters, could you leave comments and let us know? Because if I ask her to do anything, her response is always, as soon as I finish this chapter. Some of these people write chapters that are 2 hours long. Can you imagine it? I call that a book.
I guess she thinks the sheet and towel fairy comes and gets those things washed. 4 years we've been traveling. Never once has she taken sheets or towels to her home to wash them. But yet, they're clean for every trip. I don't get... Her sheets at home must be so nasty. Oh well.
I don't mind that she doesn't want to tow. That's fine. She's done it enough that she knows, if we're in a pinch, an emergency, she could. But seriously, every time I start to look over in that mirror, she has to bend down and get something out of her purse. or one of the 15 bags she has up there with her.
Before we go on any trip, I'm the one who has to go to the store and pick up the things we'll need to stock the refrigerator. She knows where the stores are in her town, but there's always some reason why it's easier for me to do. I don't get it. I guess she's playing on the computer or walking the dogs during go-to-store time.
I try to help us cut down on expenses, so I'll make about a 15-pound bag of ice for us to start our trips with. It gets us days down the road. Maybe I need to share that recipe with her.
And another thing.
MiLena, have you seen the leashes?
Need I say any more?
Tell you what.
Hey, Sharon, you know where my Kindle is? I was in the middle of a chapter.
And you put it down? Okay, we've obviously had a lot of fun with this video. And we have laughed until we cried making parts of this. But it is obvious we each have our strengths and we each have our strengths and we each have our weaknesses.
Yes, the strengths and the weaknesses.
But most people, if you're traveling with someone else, you're going to feel like I'm doing 90% of the work. The other person might do 10%. And while we've laughed about it, there really are times that we feel that way. Like, we've made jokes about it. Yes, she does fix most of the meals. I do some. I do most of the outside stuff.
She does.
I did dishes at one time, you remember?
Yep.
See? I do my part. But we really do try to divide the work.
Yes.
And just because the work is different doesn't mean that it's not work. And so, if you're going to focus on what the other person is not doing, then you probably want to stay home because you're going to be miserable.
I'd say that's true.
I need to, we try to be mindful of and thank the other one for what they do. And that does two things. One thing, it lets the other person know that you appreciate the fact that they did something.
And recognize it.
And it reminds me that the other person did something. And it's not all me doing everything. When you put the other person first and you think, do for them and don't expect in return, you're going to be a whole lot happier than if you're constantly focusing on everything that I do and everything she's not doing. There's work to getting ready to hitch up. It's not just backing the truck in and pulling away. And so she's stowing everything. And have we made mistakes? Watch our bloopers, our oops. Yeah, we've made some. But we are very blessed that we do have our strengths complement the other one's weaknesses.
We do travel well together.
We do.
It is seldom that we're cross with each other or...
And so just a couple of suggestions about how to travel well together. One is, as we've mentioned, focus on the other person's strengths, what they do, not what they don't do. But a very good and wise friend of mine gave us suggestions before we ever took our first RV trip, and that was plan time away from each other.
Yes.
Yes, I do walk the dogs a lot. No, I don't walk them excessively, I don't think, but that is a good way. Yeah, Theo and I will go take hikes, but that does give us a little time. When you're traveling together in a confined space, sure, finding those times. There's times that she will make a trip into town to pick up whatever it is we need at the store. And I'll stay here and work on videos. Or play games on the computer. And so that gives us a little while, a few minutes apart, and that is a good thing. And I'm glad she enjoys reading. I enjoy reading. And we've kind of joked about that because this is the middle of the summer, and so my goal right now is to get as many videos completed, edited, and ready, scheduled, so that whenever I do start back to that place they pay me to go, I'll need that downtime, and I'll need to read then. Right now I'm enjoying this, and so I've got my downtime. But, if you're going to travel well together, you need to consistently look for the good and the positive and the things that other person's doing, and then help out there wherever you can.
Thanks for watching.
Do you think anything else to say?
No.
Okay. Thanks for watching Two
Tired Teachers.
Tired Teachers.
Very tired.
Worn out. Exhausted.
Completely frazzled. Tired.
Because she had to stay up and finish that chapter.
Thanks for watching.